Hello, everyone. My name is Mackenzie, and I have been thinking through this all morning. I haven't even brushed my teeth or changed out of my pajamas, and I am a stay-at-home mom, so you will hear my son playing in the background. But sometimes you gotta get in when the getting's good, when the ideas are fresh, and I've been thinking all morning about to kind of consolidate it. I am a teacher. I'm like, I love to learn. I've been studying since I graduated high school, a variety of things, a lot out of necessity, but some out of exploration and understanding. So I've got a big background in psychology. I also have experience in therapy, not only for myself, but for others. And I realized I'm also a studying metaphysician. Ooh, I just saw something come out of the corner. Maybe dust or something else. Okay, so I've been studying metaphysics for 3 years. And I'm going to kind of keep this short and concise because I would like to share kind of the things that I was kind of moving through this morning. But I am a graduate with a respondere degree in the School of Metaphysics here in Kansas City, which means using concentration meditation principles, studying the energy that we cannot see. So physics is the study of energy, and then metaphysics is the study of energy beyond what can be seen with the naked eye. So it's not pseudoscience. It is the study of energy, vibration, concentration, manifestation, the laws of the universe, things like that, dream interpretation. But yeah, so I'm going to get into the meat of what I would really like to talk about today, because I think what triggered this is I was going through an old notebook of when I was around 14 or 15. So kind of an interesting time in my life. Anyways, my brother was diagnosed with cancer my freshman year of school. And I can tell my notebook went from just random, like regular middle school girl things to like a deep depression from the time that my brother got sick. And just exploring these different waves of feelings, and at times suffering, of just kind of coming to reality with what is purpose, why am I here? There's got to be more to this. What does suffering mean? All the deep, juicy questions in life. So if I've lost you, don't go anywhere, because this can be applied to even a person that doesn't have trauma. This can be applied to people that are just really looking to hone in on their skills. Like everything that I've learned is applicable to anyone and everyone in any state of their life. I think that's why this information is so beneficial. But I was thinking about how tools and things like therapy, psychiatry, psychology, oftentimes it is grounded in the physical existence. Hi, baby. Are you talking? Talking to your fish? So we're grounded in a more physical plane of existence. The most human part of ourselves is where therapy and psychiatry, psychology is going to lie. It's like that underlying layer, in a variety of ways. And I've even learned it in psychology. We've got, the ego, the ID, all those. But you could think of it, I like to think of it in this mind triangle. So we've got three in a basic mind triangle, we've got 3 layers. We've got the conscious mind, we've got subconscious mind, and we've got superconscious up here. And at the very tippy top, we've got whatever you want to call it, God, creation, the universe, that oneness. That's what's here at the tippy top. But often we find, and I think I'll have to flip this. So in conscious mind, this is where our ego exists. This is kind of like our human nature, our humankind is here. And often therapy is working in this level of mind, because you're talking through your day-to-day life, often going into the past, things of that nature. So therapy, psychiatry, even like personal development is going to spend a lot of time in here. But the thing about the conscious mind, or this plane of existence, this 3D plane of existence, is we have limitations of the 5 senses. So all very useful tools here on planet Earth. We've got, sight, smell, touch, taste, hearing. But this is only one level of mind that is incorporated into our existence. And we've got subconscious mind and superconscious mind. So therapy is great. We can determine where pain points happen in your mind. There are tools such as EMDR, CBT therapy that go a little bit deeper into subconscious mind. But oftentimes, therapy is down at that bottom trunk, which is great. It's still a useful tool. But I think, and at least I had this experience as well, there's only a limited, it's limited in how far and deep you can go into your healing or into your progress, because those foundational principles are more rooted in the physical. So I feel, and even my therapist that I've worked with for 10 years has also moved into a more deeper spiritual practice to hold within that space, because we are more than just this physical body. And that's why spiritual healing and deep healing, and creating that relationship with your higher self, your true self, your soul, however you want to call it, is going to be a really important relationship to develop. I personally would say the most important one, because that is where you're going to get guidance. You will have connection to an intuition. We've all heard of intuition or a gut feeling. You can call it whatever you want. And I think some people really stray away from the idea of spirituality. One, because it can go against certain religious concepts. And it can also, I don't know, just seem too woo-woo for some people. But I can guarantee that regardless of whether you are an emotionally feeling person or a more analytical person, creating some kind of relationship to yourself through things like meditation, breath work, concentration exercises, things of that nature are going to benefit you regardless of where you're at in your belief systems, regardless of what you're trying to accomplish or achieve. It really benefits everyone to tune into the you that exists outside of society, your belief patterns, systems, programs, all those things. It's a wisdom that far surpasses what our conscious minds can do or analyze or conceptualize or even remember, because it is the only level in mind that is ruled. That other levels of mind don't have those same limitations of the physical senses, and that can go even deeper. So I would highly encourage meditation, breath work, and intention can get you in communion with your true self and God or the creator or the universe, whatever you'd like to call it, in line with your purpose. Oftentimes, depression and anxiety stem from, whether recognized and aware of or not, it's coming from a malalignment, a disharmony with the true purpose and intention or desires that's going on in here. So that this is where healing begins. It's through these forces that are unseen. And the lovely thing is it's accessible to anyone and everyone. I almost wanted to go as far as anyone willing to put forth the effort. But these things are actually working for us all the time. Our higher selves is going to, our subconscious mind is going to give us more. It's going to expand what we put our attention on. And without having an awareness or an intention behind it, it's going to be expanding things that you're not aware of. So like in my depressed episode, that means I was putting my focus on things like my deep sadness, my deep suffering, and I was getting an expansion of that. It moved into my music, it moved into my friendships, my school experience, like everything. But in the same way, once you put your intention on where you want to go, like peace, freedom, joy, fulfillment, abundance, those things, or, you know, committing to a goal, things like that. Once you get keen on your awareness there, your higher self, your subconscious mind, and your superconscious mind are going to operate in that awareness that you put out. Lane, hang on, pause. Beep, beep, beep. Almost done. Lane says, all right, Mama, hurry up. So you don't have to know. What I love about this is it's accessible to anyone. It can be free. You don't necessarily have to pay for a program or pay for an awareness. There's apps, there's tools, there's resources out there that will help you do these things. But anyone can access this. And you don't have to know where it stems from. You don't have to do a deep dive. We have our experiences of trauma, our belief systems that were founded, our childhood, our school systems, our friend groups, our parent, like everything kind of shapes and forms who we are. But that can even go as far as karmic things. It's generational. It's in our DNA and our genetic makeup. So sometimes identifying and going to the core of where it stems from, it might not be obvious. And so what that means is that no amount of talking is going to get to the core and the meat of what it is. But the beautiful thing is when you start looking into these levels of mind, we're working in the present moment. So you can have an awareness of a feeling, not necessarily be able to identify where it comes from, where it stems from, and still be able to heal it through awareness, intention, and reframing of belief patterns and thoughts. So the present moment holds all the information that's necessary to heal, which is such a beautiful thing. That means it's accessible. It's accessible to all of us at any moment when we put our intention. And it's simple in conversation. It's definitely a little more intricate and deep. But the beautiful thing is like it's here. It's accessible. It is a resource. It is a tool. And by aligning with that, you open up and expand more of that, more where you want to go. So it's kind of like a landslide. You start, going down the hill, and then you're just kind of rolling with it, and it snowballs, and it's big, but in like a good way. I wonder how long Lane's going to want to stand in this toy. So I feel myself speeding up in my talk, but I'm already 15 minutes in, so I do want to kind of keep jumping along. So if you're wondering, like, you're right, you didn't come here to work a 9 to 5 and like just come home and zonk out on the couch, or maybe you did, but maybe you don't want to do that anymore. If there's something triggering, flagging that, like, oh, there must be more to this, yep, you're on the right track. There is. And it's exciting because having that just subtle awareness of wanting more and wanting different is all you need to start this new journey or take a new step on a different path. And there was even purpose behind that. Your soul came here to do some work, but not in work that we know it to be. We're talking work as in, what does my soul come here to do, to learn, to grow in? And if you don't, not in alignment with the concept of a soul, what's your purpose? Do you feel called to help people? Do you feel called to expand your own experience? There's no really right or wrong answer, but there is a deeper meaning to life than some of the societal systems that have been put into place, because they are governed by the five senses, the limited experience. So without incorporating these more spiritual, energetic concepts into life, you will then be governed by time, by money, by laws, by power, by things put in place by people that are also limited in what they're looking to achieve and collect and have. So it's deep and it's meaty and it's beautiful. So this idea that you want more for yourself, I think that's a great first step. Here you are. There is more to life for you, and more in a sense of like deep fulfillment. I don't necessarily mean more as in physical things, which it can be that, but I'm talking about like a fulfillment within that cannot be described in the physical. It's beyond measure. That's metaphysics. That's what we're talking about. Purpose, true purpose. Let's see here. So if you're open to considering the idea of a soul and reincarnation coming into the physical to learn something, not long ago, before we were born, we were souls, we were light beings, we were probably floating around like these beautiful beings of light. And we say, hey, my soul wants to learn this. I want to learn communication. I want to learn empathy. I want to learn compassion. I want to learn patience, understanding, courage, whatever it is. Your soul has this desire, and he communes with he, she, it. They commune. You commune with other souls, other entities. This may get a little wooey. You're coming from this source of love. You're saying, here, I'm coming in to have this experience. And then boom, here you are, you're born. But within that time frame from 0 to 7, you're closest to source that you could possibly be, without kind of that hue of the human physical existence. And then we kind of come in with amnesia, and by then we're programmed by the external factors. Hi, baby. Hang on. Pause. Hang on. Can you see mommy? Can you see mommy? He's quickly losing it. Okay. So we get amnesia, and by 7, we're then exposed to all the things of the physical. And depression and anxiety is high because the structure and desires of society are rooted in the creation of sustainable of these temporary physical things. But a lot of the times, these are the experiences that you're having are of their own purpose, of their own design. Suffering is probably the biggest catalyst for change. If you were feeling good all the time, why would you look at yourself and want to change something? A lot of it reminds me of the Barbie movie. It is such a metaphysical movie. I could go into that, but we'll side note that for a second. Let's see. It's so funny when I just go off the cuff. It's like everything. Like I've already flowed through a lot of this. Okay. What I love about this too is as you create this connection, you will come to understand that your higher self and God is always working out for your highest good. We have a lot of fear-based ideologies, especially within a religion. Religion to me is separate from spirituality in a sense that organized religion often will use fear to dictate your outcome. But the essence of our higher selves and of God is one of love, one of no judgment. It's it is unbiased. It is always looking out for your highest good, which is such a beautiful thing. It's like a deeper love than you could ever know. And it's going to encourage you to go for what you want, what truly, deeply satisfies you. But we have to get clear on what that is, and we have to get clear on our desire. It oftentimes things will kind of bring up that show us an awareness of some deeper healing and acceptance and integration that we need to bring in, and that is all healed through meditation, through breath work, through intention, through mindfulness. There's a variety of different tools that you can use to live that creative, aligned, harmonized life that will bring you closer to that feeling of fulfillment that you are worthy of. We are all worthy of love. But just by our mere existence alone, we are loved, we are deserving just because we exist. We are miracles, we are special. Why not believe that you're special? I have a 7-month-old son, and watching him experience every day, everything about him is on purpose. I love him just because he is. He could just sit there and side smile at me, and I'm enamored. Well, we were all young children like that. The essence of who we are is pure and loving, and we can connect back to that through source and expand beyond our wildest dreams. So if you're depressed, energy work. If you're an athlete, energy work. If you want to make an impact, energy work. Want to meet a goal, energy work. Want to show up for your family, be fulfilled in family life, energy work. I can't think of anything that it wouldn't apply to. It's the fact about only using a certain, that fact, I learned it a while ago, and I don't even know what the percentage is, but we only use a small portion of our brain. I would like to think that that is because we have yet to unlock, these other elements of ourselves to be able to use that true power of the brain or the mind. And let's see here. Like everything about your existence is on purpose. You're here on purpose. So I'm going to have to wrap this up because Lane is getting antsy. You stayed there a long time, Bubba. I know. So if you want to learn resources and tools, I deeply like the meat of this information I learned through the School of Metaphysics, which they have a variety of schools here in the Midwest area and across the United States. But the one here in Kansas City is where I studied at. Amazing program, amazing teacher, and there are lessons that are non-denominational, non-religious, applicable to anyone and everyone. Hang on just a second. Okay. We're still in our PJs. So, studied at this is Lane. Say hi, Lane. We've got, so the School of Metaphysics is a wonderful tool. I would highly encourage, I think about it all the time, all the people that would benefit, especially like high school students, before they go into college and get an extreme amount of debt. $20 a week will get you an education to learn how to learn, use these principles, invaluable. I mean, anyone could benefit from this. My classmate, Zach, he, after finishing the program, went to study abroad in Nepal to teach English to children. My teacher, Brandon, he is an officiant. He's amazing. I'd highly encourage you, if you're curious about these principles, the School of Metaphysics will offer the foundation that you need. But there's a whole community out there that are teaching these principles. I, as a stay-at-home mom, I find that my time and attention is more so put into him, but I look forward to teaching on my own. So I have a limited availability, but I'd love to do, if you wanted to do a one-on-one session to kind of prepare a plan and do a deep dive to make it applicable to your life, for you to, I'm gonna eat my hair, to get closer to reaching your goals, feel free to reach out to me and we'll create what that looks like. I saw another speck. I wonder if it's dust or maybe spirit. I also have a variety of resources and friends in the community that I personally have worked with. I find they're amazing. My friend Brittany, she owns Divine Arts Collective in Liberty, Missouri. So she does energy work, facials. She also does a variety of events like sound healing and other workshops that I think are hugely beneficial to people looking to get into programs like this. My friend Janae at the bridal shop, you like this microphone, huh? She, her and her fiance own the Cloud House in Mission, Kansas. So they're on the Kansas side and they're doing different workshops all the time. I'm really looking forward to checking out. They do a divine, calling in the divine artwork. For the life of me, I can't remember exactly what it is. They also do deep dive meditations and different workshops that are amazing. They are amazing, intentional people. They live it through and through. My therapist, Lisa James, she incorporates, she is super in tune with energy, and she is a therapist who also accepts insurance. So if that is a route that you want to take, she is an amazing woman. Oh my gosh, super intuitive. And I would consider her a friend if it wouldn't go past our professional relationship. Let me think. I have a friend in massage therapy and yoga. Her name's Jocelyn, and she owns a space in Claycomo, Missouri. And I wrote down, oh, my friend Arielle is beginning art healing therapy. So she offers a free thing on Monday in Liberty at Divine Arts Collective. I've got friends that through his name's Walter at Wajoy. He does intentional relationship coaching. He's also an officiant, so a wedding officiant if you're looking to get married and have an intentional ceremony. And my teacher, Brandon, he's also the area director of the School of Metaphysics. He is amazing too. Not only would he be a wonderful teacher, but he also does like family lineage genealogy and incorporates metaphysical principles and understanding through your family line. And when I say that that was transformational for me and my healing through my own family lineage, like it was a turning point. So these are all things that could potentially cost money. There's other resources out there. Insight Timer is a great app. It is free. They have a premium version, but they have courses, they have guided meditations, they have breathing meditations and music. So sometimes I'll put on the music for Elaine and I to just kind of clear the energy and have some background music and vibration running without all the noise. So that is a great tool and resource. You can even just by sitting down, meditating, and calling in your highest self, say, guide me, lead the way, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and like You don't have to have some fancy schmancy Zen garden to sit and meditate in. Oftentimes, the way I meditate now as a mom is I just find time whenever I can, whether he's napping. Sometimes we meditate together. It doesn't have to look any certain way as long as it is bringing you closer to who you are. And I promise you that as you set the intention, the path will unfold for you, the next steps. And for me, it was many years of doing it alone. I spent a lot of time alone and doing the meat of it by myself. But there's a community of people out there that are doing these things all the time. So I would love, if you want to meet one-on-one, let's build your game plan. Let's build your foundation. Let's get you started on where to look. Or if you want to utilize some of the other tools and resources, or go source on your own. But I would highly encourage you to connect with the deeper part of yourself that has a deep purpose. You like it? Oh, he wants to eat it. Okay. So we are hot as hell from this ring light. We are going to go hang out. But sending lots of love. I hope this is helpful for you. And if this resonates with you at all, like, let's talk, let's chat, let's do this. I look forward, once I'm not exclusively breastfeeding, which he's starting to eat solid foods, I look on deep diving into offering some different programs, and there's some things in the work in the background. But I feel like sharing my light, because it has been so important. As a mom, I feel so much peace and contentment and presence when I'm with my son. And I don't know that I would have had that before without really doing this work. I would not have been in a stable place to offer him that, and to be a container for him and him as a soul to expand and learn and grow, and kind of help guide him in these younger years before all this other programming comes in. He's eating my hair. Okay, much love. Thanks for chatting with us this morning. Mwah. You say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.